Jeannie Sage. Tanakwe, Ms Sage.
Tanakwe. Thank you, Mr Speaker. I hope we can get the Tasman District Council validation and recovery of certain rates bill through in a timely manner, and I'll only be taking a short call. And with others, acknowledge the work of the bill's promoter, the Honourable Damien O'Connor. And like everyone else who's spoken, none of us like retrospective legislation, and it is a concern that both the Tasman District Council and the Kaipara District Council have had to ask Parliament in this term for retrospective legislation because of defective rating resolutions, and that the Christchurch City Council is suggesting that it may need to do the same. So it certainly might assist if the Department of Internal Affairs provided templates to councils on the form of their rating resolutions so that these are made correctly and we don't have to waste parliamentary time on such matters. And the Green Party supports this bill because it does correct the procedural mistakes by the District Council, and it's certainly not validating something which Council could not have done if it had got the process right. And we certainly agree with the Council's assessment that its mistakes didn't deprive people of any significant rights. Because if others have explained, it was some administrative errors between 2003-04 and 2008-09, and the failure to include a map which adequately described the Liga Bay and Tata Beach stormwater urban drainage area. And certainly, Mr Speaker, none of the 14 people who made submissions argued that it was inappropriate for the stormwater rate to apply to their properties. And if we didn't pass this bill, then the Council would be faced with the cumbersome task of unwinding that urban drainage area for Tata Beach and Liga Bay and finding a different mechanism to pay for the stormwater infrastructure. And as the photograph provided by the Council shows, it's quite a comprehensive network of about 3 kilometres of pipe, some 50 sumps, in a stunning area of New Zealand in Golden Bay. And we want to ensure that the stormwater treatment and discharge mechanisms there ensure that water quality is not downgraded. And it was, as Mr O'Connor has acknowledged, it was Mr Schmucki's unhappiness with the proposal and his work and others in bringing the defects in the rating resolutions to the Council's attention, which led to this bill. And one of the other reasons we're supporting the bill is that all of the residents and ratepayers in the Tata Beach and Liga Bay areas do receive a benefit from the stormwater services, even if it is an indirect benefit. After heavy rain, the fact that the stormwater system exists potentially reduces the likelihood of flooding on their property. And it's because the Council uses quite a progressive approach to funding the stormwater system, where it charges all ratepayers the same rate per dollar value of their dollar capital value of their properties, that you have the cost spread across everybody equitably. And if the Council had to unravel that, then potentially it's a much more difficult way of funding the stormwater system and the capital infrastructure improvements. But it is puzzling, Mr Speaker, that because of the quite rapid growth in the Tata Beach and Liga Bay areas, because of their coastal location, that the Council hasn't required a development contribution from subdividers and land developers to help fund improvements in the stormwater system, that it's relied just on rates. And this is where I take issue with the speakers from the national benches and their comments about the better local government, because it is the major attack on development contributions which will have ratepayers feeling the burden, which some national speakers were so concerned about, because of the way in which the Local Government Amendment Bill number 3 seeks to restrict the ability of councils to levy development contributions for community infrastructure, because that bill has a very narrow definition of community infrastructure and will restrict it to being development contributions from being levied for anything beyond things like public toilets and play infrastructure on council reserve land. It means that the council wouldn't be able to levy development contributions for things like libraries or swimming pools, and that means the costs of these community facilities, where you've got growth in coastal communities in Golden Bay and in towns and cities around the country, potentially falls on ratepayers. So the government members are weeping crocodile tears when they talk about protecting ratepayers, because their changes to the Local Government Act, by narrowing the scope of development contributions for community infrastructure, will put those costs on ratepayers, or mean that infrastructure like swimming pools, like libraries, aren't provided by councils because they're not affordable when areas grow. So it is crocodile tears from government members to talk about their concerns for the impact on ratepayers, because councils would then have to turn to them. But, Mr Speaker, this bill is an unfortunate one, but it's one that we will support because it does remedy these procedural errors by the Tasman District Council. But we think that Internal Affairs should be doing much more to make sure that councils have a template so that there are fewer councils making these procedural mistakes. Thank you.
Honourable Marianne Street.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I rise to speak again.